Hello students, myself Sadiq Ali, Senior Zoology Faculty, MS Education Academy, Hyderabad. Students, those who are going to attend Board of Intermediate Exams, exam date is announced, exams are nearing. Now you might be in tension that how to complete the revision. So we are going to give few tips and techniques and to score maximum marks in coming intermediate exams. So today I am going to explain you important very short answers VSAQ'S in zoology. Right. So, but before that, students, I would like to enlighten you about model paper quickly. Right. So your question paper of intermediate Telangana State intermediate question paper consists of total zoology paper. I am saying about zoology paper consists of total 21 questions. Out of these 21 questions, first 10 questions are VSAQ'S. No choice. You have to write answers to all the 10 questions. Then only you can score 100% marks in that particular section. Each answer carries 2 marks. Correct answer carries 2 marks. So 10 into 2, 20 marks. Now in section 2, VSAQ'S, short answer questions. 8 questions will be given. There will be an internal choice. Out of that 8 questions, you need to answer 6. Each answer carries 4 marks. 6 into 4, 24 marks. Again in section 3, LAQs. 3 LAQs, 3 long answers, long questions will be given. You have to write answers for that. So 3 questions will be given. You have to write the best, what you have studied, what you know. 3 out of the 3 you have to write for 2 questions. So each question carries 8 marks. 2 into 8, 16 marks. Students, you have to think intelligently, be presence in the examination hall, presence of mind I can say, and if you present the paper nicely, 60 out of 60 will be your cup of tea, students. Right. And the same pattern, the model paper what I have said for zoology, it will be same for botany, physics and even for chemistry. Right. For more details, contact your subject expert, subject lecturer. Right. Students, in today's class, I am going to explain you important VSAQ'S. Students, as you know, total 8 chapters are there in zoology. For your convenience, I have made these 8 chapters into 2 parts. Part 1 or part A, first 4 chapters, and part B, next 4 chapters. First 4 chapters which I took in part 1, diversity of living world, structural organization in animals, animal diversity 1, animal diversity 2. Students, our team of expert faculty have sat and they have selected some important VSAQ'S. We thought that if we present this video to all the students who are attending for zoology exam, junior intermediate students, so this video will be useful like a one-shot video and a quick revision for the students who are going to attend junior intermediate zoology exam. Right. So quickly we will be revising these questions, students. First question, define the term metabolism. Give any one example. Students, I would like to give one technique of writing VSAQ exam, VSAQ question. Each VSAQ question carries 2 marks. So make up your mind to write that answer in minimum 2 statements. Minimum 2 statements and valid scientific terms relevant to the answer. If you write 3 statements, it will be very good, students, very good. Really, it will attract the examiner, the person who corrects the paper, and it will help you to fetch 100% marks. So presence of mind, little intelligence, little hard work will help you to score 100% marks, students. Right. So first question, define the term metabolism. Give any one example. All the chemical reactions that takes place in the body of an organism are collectively called metabolism. When you write this, compulsory you write 2 terms. Metabolism is the combination of anabolism and catabolism. Most of your answer is done. But as an added statement, compulsory you write the example. For example, digestion, respiration, transportation, excretion, etc. So like this, when a question is given, you have to present the answer. Make sure you are writing neatly, legibly, writing valid points. We are going to provide this soft copy to all the students. So when you watch the video and when you see that soft copy, or you can take the printout hard copy also, it will help you for quick revision, and in a less time you can memorize these answers, students. Right. Switching off to the next question, let me go a little bit fastly. What is biogenesis? Students, I am giving triple star to this question. For final board exam, Junior Inter Zoology exam, I am giving a triple star. Like that, I will be giving some stars to the questions which will symbolize that these are most important questions. So if life comes only from life, it is called biogenesis. Very simple answer, students. Next question. Define the term histology. Histology is the study of microscopic structure of different tissues. When this question is given, don't forget to write second statement. It is also known as microanatomy. Important line, students. Don't forget to write this line when you are putting efforts to write this statement, which is a correct answer, no doubt, but you have to write these words, students. It is also known as microanatomy. Next question. Distinguish between embryology and ethology. Students, I am giving double star to this question for IPE 2023 Junior Inter Zoology exam. The embryology, the branch of biology dealing with formation and development of embryos. Ethology, the study of animal behavior. Very simple. So you will enjoy when you draw these type of the tables, and when you bifurcate the page, embryology and ethology. Even the examiner will be impressed with your presentation, students. Again and again I am saying about presentation. Now the next question, students, I am giving triple star to this. If I am giving triple star, mentally make up that this question is having ever chance to appear in the exam paper, students. What is trinominal nomenclature? Very, very important question, students. Naming of an animal with 3 words. Very simple answer, students. Naming animal with 3 words. What are the 3 words? Genus, species, subspecies. Example, Corvus splendens. Make sure that you are writing this as genus, species, subspecies. Genus name, the word's first letter should be capital. Species, subspecies, please write small letter. Very important. If you are not writing, if you are not following these conditions, you will lose your mark, students. You are writing total correct answer, but you are not following the conditions of naming the animal. You will lose your mark. See, with our experience, what we have seen in the internal exams and previous students, where they have done the mistakes, we are presenting you all these. In front of you we are presenting that don't do these mistakes. कभी भी याद रख लीजिए, ये जीनस का कैपिटल लेटर में लिखना है, स्पीशीज का स्मॉल लेटर में लिखना है, सब स्पीशीज का पहला वर्ड पहला लेटर स्मॉल लेटर में लिखना है स्टूडेंट्स. सो ये जीनस हो गया, स्पीशीज हो गया, ये सब स्पीशीज. ये एग्जाम में आ सकता स्टूडेंट्स, इसको मैं ट्रिपल स्टार दे दिया. राइट, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज मेंट बाय tautonymy? Students, I am giving triple star to this question even. What is meant by tautonymy? Give two examples. Students, जब भी आप क्वेश्चन पढ़ेंगे, क्वेश्चन को पूरा पढ़िए. इसको बन गया 1 मार्क और इसको बन गया और 1 मार्क. अगर आप खाली tautonymy का डेफिनेशन लिखे और एग्जाम्पल्स नहीं दिए, स्टूडेंट्स आपका 1 मार्क चले जाता. इतना इजी आंसर है, आप एक बार देख लिए तो दिमाग में बैठ जाता. इसको नहीं छोड़ना और छोटे छोटे मिस्टेक्स नहीं करना स्टूडेंट्स. सो कमिंग बैक टू दिस, द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ नेमिंग द एनिमल्स इन विच द जेनेरिक नेम एंड स्पेसिफिक नेम आर सेम इज कॉल्ड tautonymy. बहुत सिंपल आंसर. एग्जाम्पल, एक्सिस एक्सिस, देखिए ये बन गया जीनस और ये बन गया स्पीशीज, और ये कैपिटल लेटर लिखना है और ये वाला स्मॉल लेटर लिखना. कॉमन नेम स्पॉटेड डियर, नाजा नाजा, देखिए ये बन गया जीनस, ये बन गया स्पीशीज, इसको कैपिटल लेटर, इसको स्मॉल लेटर, और ब्रैकेट में इसका कॉमन नेम इंडियन कोबरा भी लिखना बहुत जरूरी है. स्टूडेंट्स, अनदर क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन प्रोटोस्टोमिया एंड ड्यूटरोस्टोमिया? स्टूडेंट्स, again I am giving triple star. So why I am giving triple star to these questions? These are repeated again and again in previous exams. जब एक एग्जामिनर के दिमाग में ये क्वेश्चन घूमते रहता कि अरे मैं एग्जाम पेपर सेट कर रहा हूँ, तो बच्चे ये क्वेश्चन पढ़े तो चलो भाई ये साल भी दे देंगे. तो एग्जामिनर का माइंड ऐसा रहता स्टूडेंट्स. तो जो क्वेश्चन बार बार रिपीट हुआ उसको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट समझना और उसको बहुत बेहतरीन अंदाज में पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है स्टूडेंट्स. सो प्रोटोस्टोमिया, द यूमेटाजोन्स इन विच माउथ डेवलप्स फ्रॉम ब्लास्टोपोर. एग्जाम्पल, प्लैटिहेलमिंथिस, नेमेटोडा. कम से कम 2 से 3 एग्जाम्पल देखना है. ड्यूटरोस्टोमिया, द यूमेटाजोन्स इन विच anus develops from blastopore or near the blastopore are called deuterostomes. Example, echinodermata, hemichordata, chordata. बहुत सिंपल है. हम नीट पढ़ाते वक्त आपको पूरे बार बार पढ़ाए, इसके ऊपर आप नीट ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस भी आंसर करें. यू पीपल आर वेरी परफेक्ट इन ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस. लेकिन आईपी के वास्ते जो सब्जेक्टिव आंसर्स लिखना है ये भी एररलेस आपको लिखना पड़ता स्टूडेंट्स. उसके वास्ते एक क्विक रिवीजन आपको बहुत हेल्प करेगा. राइट, अनदर क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट्स, आई एम गिविंग अगेन ट्रिपल स्टार टू दिस क्वेश्चन. Write the full form of ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. Another question I am giving triple star. Define species richness. It is the number of species per unit area. The more the number of species in an area, the more is the species richness. Another question students, इसको मैं जितने स्टार्स दे उतना कम है. Mention any 2 products of medical importance obtained from nature. ये भी आ गया समझना आप. One is anti-cancer drug vinblastine. Another one, the function of this anti-cancer drug to treat certain cardiac problems, digitalin. So anti-cancer drug vinblastine. So to treat certain cardiac problems, that is digitalin. So 2 medicinal important plants are students and their functions, very important. Students, this question is also being given in the exams these days. In the last 3-4 years I am observing This question is been given in intermediate exams, so I'm giving triple star for this, right? List out any 4 sacred groves in India. Sacred groves और उसका लोकेशन याद करना है, ये नीट के वास्ते भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. खासी एंड जयंतिया हिल्स मेघालय, अरावली हिल्स राजस्थान एंड गुजरात, वेस्टर्न घाट रीजियन कर्नाटका एंड महाराष्ट्र लोकेशन, सरगुजा बस्तर छत्तीसगढ़, चंदा मध्य प्रदेश. Another important question I can give again. Right, students, please go through this. Right. Next question, students. Write the full form of IUCN. Even in our pre-finals, we have given these questions, students. And in which book threatened species are enlisted? International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So you have to write this point in red data books. Threatened species are enlisted. Right. So that's about chapter 1 is completed. These are the important questions in chapter 1 for junior intermediate students zoology subject, that is diversity of living world के important questions है students. Now let us switch on to the next chapter, structural organization in animals. Students, structural organization in animals एक ऐसा चैप्टर है जिसमें से प्रीवियस ईयर्स में मैं ऑब्जर्व करा वेटेज बहुत ज़्यादा दिए वो लोग. 8 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन पूछे, कंपलसरी 4 मार्क्स के पूछते, VSAQ'S पूछते, तो इसमें आप मैक्सिमम VSAQ'S और 4 मार्क्स के पढ़ के जाना है. ऑफ कोर्स हम आपको इंपॉर्टेंट 8 मार्क्स के भी इसमें पढ़ाएंगे और वो जो आपको क्विक रिवीजन के वैसा काम में आता. सो नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, रेडियल सिमेट्री इज एन advantageous to sessile or slow moving organisms. Justify this statement. तो ये क्वेश्चन का मतलब ये हो गया, animals which are exhibiting radial symmetry. See, mostly sedentary animals, those who are exhibiting radial symmetry, for example like hydra. So how this is helpful to them? We need to understand the question first. Say animals showing radial symmetry live in water. They can respond equally to stimuli that arrive from all the directions. So thus radial symmetry is an advantage to sessile or slow moving animals. थोड़ा इसको मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ स्टूडेंट्स. देखिए, if you take the example of hydra, which is an cnidarian, mouth is round, body is cylindrical, and body parts are arranged surrounding the mouth. And you know that this is a sessile sedentary animal. So this will stay. So let us imagine these are tentacles. So this exhibits radial symmetry. So for this animal, how radial symmetry is advantageous? Because mouth parts are arranged, body parts are arranged surrounding the mouth, it can respond to the stimulus given by any direction like this. So that is how the radial symmetry is advantageous to these animals. Hope you understood, students.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Next. Another important question, ma. So what is a cephalization? How is it useful to its possessors? Concentration of brain and sense organs at the anterior end of the body is called cephalization. Students, cephalic region का मतलब हो जाता head. Formation of a distinct head with concentration of all sense organs is called cephalization. यह हो गया उसका explanation. तो एग्जाम में भी बहुत easily आप लिख सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, concentration of brain and sense organs at the anterior end of the body is called cephalization. And uses searching of food, locating mates, escaping from predators. How easy, students? searching of food, locating mates, escaping from predators. Right. Now, so let us switch on to the next question, students. And students, coming back, I would like to give triple star to this. And I would like to give triple star to cephalization. Most important question, student. Students, cephalization most important question. I am giving triple star. जब मैं most important बोल के बता रहा हूँ तो हम लोग ऐसा समझ रहे कि ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है एग्जाम में, आ गया. सो हर क्वेश्चन जब हम पढ़ेंगे तो ऐसा उसको रेस्पॉन्स दे के पढ़ना, ऐसा रेस्पॉन्स देना कि this question is already there in the exam paper. I know. I have to learn this perfectly without any errors. Very important. Such type of mindset you have to make, students. जब आपका mindset ऐसा बनेगा हर question के तहत, तो students, you will save your time, you will understand very nicely, your confidence will increase tenfolds and your result will be 100%. Right. Next question, students. Mention the animal which exhibits tube within tube organization. Even this I am giving triple star. Tube within tube organization is seen for the first time in phylum Nematoda or Aschelminthes. Students, because you have prepared nicely for NEET exam and most of the time you are reading this word called Aschelminthes, which is otherwise called Nematoda, and the type of body cavity is pseudocoelom. Students, समझो कि ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आ गया, इसके सिर्फ 2 वर्ड्स आपको 2 मार्क्स दिलवा सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स. वर्ड नंबर 1 Aschelminthes, ब्रैकेट में Nematoda. वर्ड नंबर 2 pseudocoelom. स्टूडेंट्स, ये 2 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स है. सी, जब भी हम VSAQ को अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हैं तो हम दिमाग में रख लेना कि 2 स्टेटमेंट या 2 इंपॉर्टेंट की टर्म्स को लिखना है, देन ओनली यू विल बी गेटिंग फुल मार्क्स, स्टूडेंट्स. राइट. Coming to the next question. Why is true coelom considered a secondary body cavity? Students, I would like to give a small explanation about this answer. Students, if you recall the explanation of embryonic development, during the early embryonic stages, as you know that first embryonic developmental stage is morula, second stage is blastula, third stage is gastrula. In second stage, you can see one body cavity, students, and that body cavity is called blastocele or PBC, primary body cavity. Blastocele or primary body cavity. Now see, students. So this primary body cavity will disappear and secondary body cavity will form. How this is going to form? Let us see, students. Students, let us imagine that this layer is ectoderm, and this layer is endoderm. Right. Now, one primary body cavity used to be there. What happens in triploblastic animals? Animals with 3 germ layers are called triploblastic animals. Animals which are having 3 germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. See here, a third germ layer, the so-called mesoderm. Let us imagine, students, this is mesoderm. Let me draw this with red pen. This is mesodermal layer. Right, students. Now this is called mesoderm. Students, observe carefully. Now observe carefully, students. Now this mesoderm, which is like this, students, what is going to do? So this mesoderm is going to split, and one layer it is going to adhere beneath the ectoderm, and other layer it is going to innervate the endoderm, leaving a space in the middle, and this space of course is called secondary body cavity or true body cavity or true coelom. very easy students. एक चीज आपको समझना है, ब्लास्क्यूला में प्राइमरी बॉडी कैविटी रहता, ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक एनिमल्स में क्या होता, जब मीसोडर्म फॉर्म हो जाएगा, ये मीसोडर्म स्प्लिट होके और एक बॉडी कैविटी फॉर्म कर लेता. सो क्योंकि दूसरी मर्तबा बॉडी कैविटी फॉर्म हुआ और ये बॉडी कैविटी मीसोडर्म स्प्लिट होने से फॉर्म हुआ, तो इसको बोलते हैं सेकेंडरी बॉडी कैविटी. तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है स्टूडेंट्स. राइट, next question, what are retroperitoneal organs? Students, I'll give again triple star to this question. The organs which are lined by only peritoneum, only on their ventral side. I repeat one more time, the organs which are lined by peritoneum only on their ventral side are called retroperitoneal organs. Example, kidneys. ट्रिपल स्टार क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट्स, एग्जाम में आने वाला क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट्स, ट्रिपल स्टार. नेक्स्ट, distinguish between exocrine and endocrine glands. Another important question students. Exocrine glands have ducts, endocrine glands do not have ducts. The exocrine glands releases mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk. Endocrine glands secretes hormones. Another important, distinguish between holocrine and apocrine glands. Again I am giving you double stars students. Apocrine means apical part of the gland is pinched off along with the secretory product. Example, mammary gland. Holocrine means the entire cell disintegrates to discharge the contents. Example, sebaceous glands. Right. Another important question students, mention any two substances secreted by mast cells and write their functions. Heparin, anticoagulant. Histamine, bradykinin, vasodilators. Serotonin, vasoconstrictor. Students, again I am giving triple star to this question. स्टूडेंट्स देखिए, लंबा क्लास है, सिंगल शॉट है, आपको बहुत सारे VSAQs रिवाइज हो जा रहे हैं. Distinguish between tendon and ligament. So again, this is very important triple star question. Next. Now I am going to revise quickly all the questions. Distinguish between brown fat and white fat. Brown fat B.Ed, white fat W.Ed. Which is the strongest cartilage? In which regions of the human body do you find it? Example for the strongest cartilage, it is present in intervertebral discs, pubic symphysis or pelvic, and answer is fibrous cartilage. Define osteon. One more question is there here. Distinguish between osteoblast and osteoclasts. So even this question you have to go through students. Osteoblasts are immature bone cells. Osteoclasts are phagocytic cells, helps in bone resorption. Define osteon. Triple star question, students. In a compact bone, Haversian canal and surrounding lamellae and lacunae are collectively called Haversian system or osteon. What are Volkmann's canals? Another important triple star question. These are transverse or oblique canals of Haversian system for communication between Haversian canals. That is the function. These 2 points you have to write to get full marks. What is a sesamoid bone? Give example. It is formed by ossification of tendons. Example, patella. Example, patella. Students, another important question. What is lymph? How does it differ from plasma? It is colorless interstitial fluid. First point. Absence of RBC, blood platelets and large plasma proteins. Important to students. What is hematocrit value? The percentage of total volume of blood occupied by RBC in blood is called hematocrit value. What are intercalated discs? What is their significance? Intercalated discs, the dark lines across cardiac muscle are called intercalated discs. These are communication junctions. Cardiac muscle is highly resistant to fatigue. Please go through this also, students. And even this question was asked previously. Distinguish between nucleus and ganglion with respect to nervous system. Group of cell bodies, nucleus in CNS. Group of cell bodies in PNS, ganglion. Distinguish between tracts and nerves. Group of axons in CNS and nerve is group of axons in PNS. What are microglia and what is their origin? And add a note on their function. Microglia are neuroglial cells of CNS. They are phagocytic cells. These are mesodermal in origin. Students, in total, a nervous system, neurons are ectodermal in origin and neuroglial cells are ectodermal in origin. Exceptions, even this is useful for NEET students, except microglia. What are pseudo-unipolar neurons? Where do you find them? Pseudo-unipolar neurons are sensory neurons having single processes arising from cell like this. Single processes arising from cell. It is divided into two branches. One acts like a dendrite, other acts like an axon. And these are present in the dorsal root ganglion of spinal nerves. Next question, students. What are the functions of canal system of sponges? Now we are switching on to the next third unit. Functions: transport of water, gathering of food, exchange of gases, and removal of waste. Another important question, students. What are the two chief morphological body forms of cnidarians and their functions? Polyp and medusa. Polyp reproduces asexually and forms medusa. Medusa reproduces sexually and forms polyp. Another very important question, students. What is metagenesis? Animals belonging to which phylum exhibit metagenesis? Exhibit of alternation of generations by organisms is called metagenesis. Polyp produce medusa by asexual reproduction. Just now I said you, medusa produces polyp by sexual reproduction. It is seen in phylum Cnidaria. Very important question, students. Students, another important question, ये भी एग्जाम में आ सकता और आ गया भी समझना. What are the excretory cells of flatworm called? What is the other important function of these specialized cells? Flame cells is the answer, and other important function is osmoregulation. Distinguish between amphids and phasmids. Amphids are cuticular depressions around the oral region. Phasmid, and these are chemoreceptor in function. Phasmids are posterior glandulosensory regions. Students, even this question is a hit list question. What do you call the locomotory structures of Nereis? Parapodia. Why Nereis is called polychaete? Because these parapodia bears many setae which helps in locomotion. Another important question, students, what is botryoidal tissue? Coelom in leeches is filled with characteristic tissue called botryoidal tissue. It resembles bunch of grapes. Their function: storage of iron, calcium, revascularization in area of injury. स्टूडेंट्स ये वीडियो आप बार बार देख सकते हैं और आपको क्विक रिवीजन के वास्ते काम में आ जाता. राइट मा. सो व्हाट आर द रेस्पिरेटरी स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ लिम्बुलस एंड thalamnius? Respiratory structures: limulus, book gills; thalamnius, scorpion, book lungs. Important question. So even this question you can expect in final IPA. Living fossil: limulus, king crab, and respiratory organs are book gills. Even this is a triple star question, expected IPE 2023. So another very frequently asked question. It is an FAQ. Frequently asked question, students. What is the function of radula? Give the name of the group of mollusks which do not possess radula. It is a rasping organ, file-like structure, and it is not seen in bivalves. FAQ, students. Other name of gill of mollusk, it is Ctenidia. The main function of ospiridium is to test purity of water. Ospiridium, again, this is important. Students, another FAQ, frequently asked question. In intermediate exams, what is Aristotle's lantern? Give an example of an animal possessing it. It is a 5-jawed masticatory organ. It is present in sea urchins and absent in heart urchins. Please note these, students. Go through this also. What is the essential difference between the larva and adult of echinoderms? Larva exhibits bilateral symmetry, adult exhibits pentamerous radial symmetry. So what is blood glands in Ferritima? They are present in 4th, 5th, 6th segments. They produce blood cells and hemoglobin. Hemoglobin in Feritema is dissolved in plasma. Please note down this statement, students. Spermatheca on the body of Feritema. So they are present in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th segments. They store spermatozoa. Next question, students. 4 salient features of cyclostomes. These are jawless aquatic forms. Body is long, slender, scaleless, eel-like. Mouth is round and suctorial. Tongue bears horny teeth. Heart is 2-chambered. You can write any 2 points, students. How do you justify the heart of fishes is branchial heart? Because it pumps blood directly to gills. Another FAQ, students, I am giving triple star to this FAQ. What are claspers? Which group of fishes possess them? Claspers are copulatory organs formed near pelvic fins of male shark. They are found in cartilaginous fishes. Example, shark. They are used in copulation, during the time of copulation. So another important FAQ, students, how do you distinguish male and female frog? Male frog have vocal sacs. Male frog have copulatory pad on the first digit of forelimb, which are absent in female frog. Please go through this also. What is force pump in frog? Why is it named so? Another important FAQ, students, frequently asked question. What are Carbora bigemina? Mention their chief function. The 2 optic lobes are present in the midbrain of frog, and this is called Carbora bigemina. They are connected with visual activity or sight. Distinguish between milt and span. Double star I am giving. Span is mass of eggs, milt is mass of sperms. And this is again an FAQ, frequently asked question. Name 2 poisonous and non-poisonous snakes found in South India. Poisonous snakes found in South India. Naza, cobra. Again, students, write small letter. Vipera rezelli, for species name, write small letter. It is even called chain viper. Non-poisonous snakes, Tayas, rat snake, Tropidonotus, pond snake. Name 4 extra embryonic membranes. Again, this is important, students. Amnion, chorion, yolk sac, allantois. Next question, what are Jacobson's organs? What is their function? Jacobson's organs are highly specialized olfactory structures in snakes and some lizards. Even this is important. So they help in smelling. The animals may have bifid tongue to collect scent particles. Animals will have bifid tongue like this. Bifid tongue. What are pneumatic bones? Pneumatic bones are having air cavities. They reduce the body weight. It is a flight adaptation in birds. What is wishbone? What are the skeletal components that form it? In birds, wishbone is V-shaped. It is also called furcula or merry thought bone. It acts as a spring and keeps the wings apart during flight, helps in flight. It is found by the fusion of 2 clavicles and interclavicle. But this statement is very important. Next, another frequently asked question, students. This is FAQ. In which group of animals do we find 3 ear ossicles on each side, and what are their names from the innermost to the outermost? Stapes innermost, Malleus middle, Incus outermost. This is FAQ, students. You can expect this question even in upcoming exam. Name the 3 meninges. In which group of animals do you find all of them? They are outer dura mater, middle arachnoid membrane, inner pia mater, and the 3 of them are present in mammals. Whereas in birds, only single meninges is present, and that is called meninx primitiva. In birds, it is called meninx primitiva. In birds, only single meninges is present covering the brain, and it is called single meninges. Whereas in mammals, 3 layers are present: outer dura mater, middle arachnoid membrane, and inner pia mater. So that's about part A, students. These are selected VSAQs of first 4 topics of Junior Inter Zoology VSAQs, students. So in my next video, I'll be presenting you important questions, important VSAQ questions of next 4 topics. Thank you very much, students.
MS Education Academy, preparing world-worthy individuals.